Hello, this is me, Helmut Flash, and this video is a response to Les Brown, a very energetic speaker who makes a lot of sense when he speaks. And this particular video is about the courage, fear and courage and, well, whatever the hell goes with it. So let me tell you this. Let me scare the wits out of you for a minute here. Maybe for more than a minute. We're living, this is 2010, the middle, after the middle, August. Let me tell you this. The economy hasn't been good for 2 years, 1 or 2 years. Most individual business owners have suffered greatly, or at least quite somewhat. And it isn't getting any better. It cannot possibly get any better, ladies and gentlemen. Do not believe the media. Do not believe the government. Do not believe the stock market. Those are rigged things. They're made to make you broke. A little bit broke, completely broke. The up in the stock market is only to put you back in. In any case, it's only to win the next election. It is totally rigged. Not a little bit rigged, it is totally rigged. If you're not the likes of Warren Buffett, you are not gonna make it. Now, at least not for right now, the way this is going. The real estate, it will crash. Yes, it has crashed. I don't know which part of the country you live, a little bit more or less. My house is probably worth $300,000, maybe $400,000 less. Okay? Will it go down another 100,000? I think it will go down another 200,000-300,000. Oh yes, it will crash another 30 to 40 to 50% where it is now, and maybe more. Do not believe my predictions. Go and look up other people. Peter Schiff. Look up people like Gerald Celente. Look up people like Dr. Mark Faber. Look up people like Jim Roger. Just look at the world. The people have no money. A jobless recovery. I mean, who the hell came up with this freaking definition? Are we living for the people? I mean, are people living for people? I lived in India. I lived in Africa, 2 years each. In India, the rich people have to step over some poor people's bodies when they walk out of their quite nice little big mansions, homes, apartments. I only know Bombay, so everybody has a, you know, kind of an apartment. But nice, beautiful, big. But the second they walk on the street, there is, well, it's not America. It's not Switzerland. So it isn't beautiful when there's a few very super rich, nothing in between, and then super poor. America is and was the greatest country. I'm 30 years here. I love it. Of course, I'm also at the same token have lived in 12 countries, and I'm not attached to it either. Never was attached to anything in that type of things. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, just look. People are having no jobs. People will start going to the necessity. Anything elective will be cashed out, whether that's a crown, a bridge, an implant, whether that's vitamins, all that type of stuff, as necessary as it all is. And I hope I never have to cut it out. I hope I don't. Is there a guarantee? Absolutely not. Keep in mind, we're not guaranteed happiness, just the pursuit of it. We're not guaranteed wealth, just the pursuit of it. And that's not made by the Constitution. That is made by, and I don't know who. All right? It's just how it is. And if you have a jobless recovery, you have no recovery. And if any statistics, I do know statistics, and I do know what they do. If they keep going like this, even, or slightly down, even if it is like this, you know, like most people, when they look at a statistic of something, they see the zigzag, so they go zigzag. They're missing the big picture. Is the zigzag going up? Is the zigzag going even? Or is the zigzag going down? Even and down. If that keeps going for a longer while, a plunge will happen, and that is all there is to it. You check every statistics in every area of the world, and it will happen. Well, there is an exception, and that is if you change something fundamentally. Like one man has told me once, yes, your future might be in the stars, but who the hell says you can't arrange the damn stars? Well, I'm one of those insane guys who actually believes that I can arrange my own stars. And you know, so far it has worked. The stars have been in my favor. Well, I pushed them in my favor. Ladies and gentlemen, the economy is going to go down. Now, here's the thing. What Mr. Brown is speaking, Les Brown, is you got to be, you know, most people are afraid of doing something. It might not work out. Yeah, of course it might not work out. If people like Jack Welch, if people like Bill Gates, if people like the chief marketing guy of Coca-Cola, if J.C. Penney, if any one of those super famous people tell you that maybe a quarter or so of their decisions are good ones and the rest of them are just not working out, then what about you and me, little tiny worms? Why be so afraid of it not working out? I hope that's not how you date it. Oh, what about if that date doesn't work out, so let's better not go. Oh, my Jesus, I would never have dated. You know, it's not good. I just, you know, I'm trying to put this into perspective here. Oh, I'm so bad off with money. I have no money. I cannot do anything which fails. You don't understand, Helmut. Well, I'm telling you why you have no money. Because your whole lifetime you were trying not to do those things. Oh, and of course some of you will tell me that's not true. I wasted money here, I wasted money there, I wasted money. Just forget about it. You're not doing enough. You're not going out there and doing enough activities. A business person who wants to succeed. And let me tell you something right now, what I'm calling succeeding. There are right now two definitions of succeeding. Right now. I mean, maybe there always are, but right now. One is 2010. Okay? One is you go woo. You double, triple, quadruple your business, your income, and let's not forget to put the thought there that you also got to have more time for yourself. Doubling and tripling a business, working 5 times as much is maybe not so difficult anyway. Most of you can't do that either. But you got to be, you know, the whole picture. That's one definition. So making more money, more time, less stress. So let's say that's the one definition. Great. Let's just hope it goes in that direction. And if the economy doesn't crash and keeps going the way it is another 2, 3, 4 years and then slightly improves or whatever, and credit easing is coming again and whatever that type of stuff is, that is not that difficult to achieve. In fact, it is easier to achieve right now than ever before. And I tell you why. Because 80% of all your competition is putting their head in the sand and they are going nowhere. They're taking their last little dollar, whatever this is, they're taking it. I even have one. They're taking their last little dollar and keeping it in their pocket for a rainy day. The rainy day, it's here, it's boring. You better use it, and you better use it for marketing. You better use it to grow. You better use it to grow new things. Like a farmer, he better uses the 5 seeds. He doesn't better sell them. He better puts them into the ground and hopes to get 10 seeds out of it or whatever. Okay? So, because your competition doesn't show up, it's like not showing up for court, you lose. Not showing up for a soccer game, you lose. Not showing up for healthcare, you lose. Not showing up for school and education, you lose. Not showing up for marketing, you lose. So don't lose by default. Yeah, you could still possibly lose by showing up. Of course, we know that. The amounts of fights, the amount of marketing, the amounts of court dates, the amount of everything I lost. Oh gee, you know, depressing, of course. But not really. Not if you jump right away in it. What do you think why they say if you fall off the horse, get right back on it? But in life, nobody wants to apply that shit. We become sophisticated, calculative. Deadly, very deadly. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So what, you have $200,000 in the bank for a rainy day, and then you retire and make no money at the age of 60. How far is it going to get you? 2 years? To keep a living of standard? 5 maybe? Wow, what are you doing without a 20? Living on Social Security, right? Is it going to be there? I mean, They're writing IOUs in California all the time for that shit. What do you think the government is soon going to do? All right, the big success. Then there's the other success. What about if the economy is going to crash? Let's hope I'm totally wrong. Let's hope all the people I mentioned on this video are totally wrong. Trust you me, I hope they're wrong. I don't want to go into the water. You know, I don't want to be on the Titanic, but it would be very foolish to not to have a lifeboat like the Titanic didn't. Okay? So, what about if it crashes? You need the same beauty, you know, if you want to gain weight or lose weight. Actually, the same method works, and you know that. You know, natural things work both ways. So the same thing will work to make you rich, to not to lose as much as the other people. And that is some type of success. When it really crashes, let's just say the Great Depression comes again and worse. Did I say worse? I said worse. Good. Let's assume it comes. I haven't witnessed it, but I hear my parents talking about it. Not only did they have, so to say, an inflation where they went with the wheelbarrow to the, you know, a mall, they had bullets flying around. They don't, I mean, they hit it all. You know, boom, boom, boom. One stopped, the other ended. What do I know? We don't learn in school about that shit. What happened over there in Germany, Austria, during, you know, I was born after that, 53, so it was all over. But very obviously, the fear was still in there that when Kennedy put up his missiles in, you know, the Cuba missile thing in 60 whatever, within hours in my small village in Austria of 3,000 some people, 2,000 some people actually, within hours there was no food on the shelves. And yet most people had gardens. Almost everybody had a garden. Within hours, no butter, no milk, all that shit gone, 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 gone. They knew what missiles means. You and me don't know that anymore. Yeah, we have no freaking clue what that shit means. We have no clue what it means to be having that happening and to be standing in front of nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe if you engage in super heavy marketing, and by that I mean get emotional, passionate with the community about stuff which has nothing to do with your profession. If and when you do that, if you have still enough time, if you haven't done it yet, that basically the crash doesn't come tomorrow. If you do that, well, then you just might be eating and able to sell your crown, your bridge, your cardiology, examination, your car mechanic. You might just be able to sell it for enough food to to feed your family. And you might even be able to sell it to the 10, 20, maybe 30% of people who still will have some money. Because those will be the only one who will be buying, and trust you me, they'll be buying from a guy which is emotionally connected to the community, because they have to be emotionally connected to the community in order to make it. It will only be those people to make it. By the way, did you know that at the Charlie Rose show, maybe 2, 3 or 4 years ago, some dean of Harvard exited, and he says one of the most important things for them to hire people is that the people they hire, admit to the school, that is that those people need to be naturally involved in the community already, because if they're not leadership material. Do you understand? So maybe it's not so much the academics. And by the way, that particular exiting professor, dean, said even that. He says, and by the way, even though our academics are good, this is of course super important. And another thing is, he says, the super, super important people, he even said, we have nothing to do with it. They do it all by themselves. And those are then again the above emotional people. The people who can communicate. I mean, look at it. You had the Ronald Reagans, the Bill Gates, the Kennedy. Why did they stick out? Technically perfect, a movie star, a guy who went just out of a real estate debacle like Bill Gates, to Clinton, or whatever. No, but they could connect emotionally. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, go and have more fear of what's going to happen if you don't do anything than about the fear of what's going to happen if you fail of what you do, because it could and will save your life. It will either way. A, it will make you successful if things do not crash, which I hope they won't, but think they will. And if they crash, which I don't hope they will, but think they will, well, you'll be crashing so much less than your competition. You'll be the last man standing, and when it picks up again, boy, will you be there. And it's not even the boy, will you be there, which you should go after. It's the, I didn't die. Oh yeah. All right. Have a good one.